I've got a bit of a reputation for being slightly obsessed when it comes to ice cream. It was the first food I really investigated at the Fat Duck, and my love for it all began in my childhood. My grandmother would drag my sister and I to Marylebone's Church Street Market, and we'd get a real treat if we went along without complaining, which was an ice cream in the Regent snack bar on the Edgware Road. Later, when I realised just how pure and creative ice cream could be when you make it yourself, I spent less time in the stores and more time in the kitchen. And while there's an endless selection of flavours possible in ice cream, there's also a load of other delicious frozen desserts made from totally different ingredients. Each has a unique texture and hardness. And when you're using an ice cream machine, these varying textures present more than just a few challenges. Dairy retains air when churned, and this changes the texture of the mixture as it freezes. So churned ice cream, which is high in dairy, can double in size as it freezes, becoming very difficult to churn. Frozen yogurt, however, retains slightly less air and churns more easily. And sorbet has no dairy, churns more easily, and is ready sooner. So if you go from making ice cream one day to sorbet the next, you need to stop churning at a different point in the process. But most ice cream machines have no way of knowing when the dessert is ready. So in domestic ice cream machines, you often end up over-processing less aerated desserts like sorbet or under-processing ice cream. And once the timer stops, most machines just turn off and the ice cream begins to melt, meaning you need to watch it carefully and pretty much be ready to eat it as soon as it's finished churning. No wonder a lot of people just buy their ice cream from the store. You'd think there would be a better way to make it yourself. Well, these are precisely the kinds of challenges that the design and engineering team at Sage love to work on. And when it comes to ice cream, Sage invented the world's first ice cream maker that automatically senses the firmness of the mixture. And based on the type of dessert you tell it you're making, it stops and keeps it at the right texture until you're ready to serve. Usually, I would cool the mixing bowl in the freezer for several hours before use to help create a smoother, fuller flavoured ice cream. And thankfully, this clever machine has a pre-cool feature to help you avoid that step. This ice cream maker has 12 automatic settings for different textures of sorbet, frozen yogurt, gelato, and ice cream. And whichever texture you select, the smart scoop senses the progress of the ice cream and it stops it when it's ready. Perhaps the most convenient feature of all is the keep cool function that periodically maintains and checks the texture of the dessert for up to 3 hours to make sure it's ready when you are. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. With a smart scoop, you can feel like an excited kid every time.